Tonight on Eagle Angle, homecoming comes to a close over the weekend.
Hundreds of people gather at the University of Kentucky.
And the Astros win the World Series.
All this and more coming right up on Eagle Angle.
Hello and welcome to Eagle Angle, a student-produced newscast live from Oklahoma Christian University. I'm Joe Luckett.
I'm Hannah Stover. With Kevin Stitt retaining his position as Oklahoma State Governor, he has announced a new chief of staff. Oklahoma Christian's own Brandon Tatum was announced to the position this morning, officially replacing Zachary Lee, who served as interim chief of staff for the past 2 years. Governor Stitt said he was excited to welcome Tatum to his team. Quote, "Brandon is an overachiever who brings the right temperament and personality to lead our team. His experience in higher education will be important in my second term, and I am excited to welcome him aboard." End quote. Tatum also released a statement saying he was excited to join the Stitt administration. Tatum is joining Stitt's team straight from serving as Oklahoma Christian's executive vice president and chief strategy officer. During his time at the university, he has built a sustained relationship with organizations like Integris Health, Mercy Hospital, and Tinker Air Force Base. Because of Tatum's work, Oklahoma Christian has played a major role in combating workplace shortages through career paths in education and nursing.
This past Friday, Oklahoma Christian held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Minders Conference Center. At the ceremony, Oklahoma Christian recognized all the families that donated to the construction of the center. Construction of the conference center began after Oklahoma Christian old cafeteria closed due to the opening of the branch in 2020. The conference center is located on the south side of the Gaylord University Center in the old cafeteria dining hall.
Last Friday, the homecoming pep rally was an enthusiastic show of team spirit. Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors got together at the gym to participate in the homecoming pep rally. The upperclassmen and lowerclassmen showed up in coordinated team colors. The pep rally started off with an amazing performance put on by OC's very own cheer team. Following the performance, students participated in chaotically fun activities like dodgeball, chariot relay, and mattress race as the students cheered them on. Many lucky winners received prizes, and the OC spirit was at an all-time high.
This past Saturday was a big day for homecoming here at Oklahoma Christian, and it was filled with lots of fun for Oklahoma Christian families. One fun-filled event was the walking parade. Social clubs and other organizations on campus made banners and walked the loop around the Bible building as the Oklahoma Christian community cheered them on.
After the parade, the social clubs of OC displayed their creativity and college spirit by going all out with the homecoming carnival. Campus was covered in stalls of engaging pop-up games as well as exciting theme-based activities. Children and students enjoyed participating in the fun pop-ups set up by the student clubs. There was face painting, Guess Who, and a giant medieval castle among many other fun concepts. The student-led clubs of OC ensured that everyone who attended the carnival left with a memorable experience.
This past Saturday, November 5th, was Oklahoma Christian's homecoming coronation. The winning clubs and homecoming king and queen were announced. The winning clubs are, in first place, Gamma Rho, in second place, Chi Lambda Phi, and in third place, the freshman class. Eagle Angle would also like to congratulate Lucas Martinez and Gemma Arbuckle for being voted the 2022 homecoming king and queen.
Hundreds of people gathered in Lexington, Kentucky Monday night to march against racism and also to support a University of Kentucky student who was attacked physically and verbally by another student. Sophia Rosing was arrested and charged with assault and disorderly conduct related to the incident. As Jeremy Tomes reports, the victim and her family are calling for the school to take disciplinary action against Rosing.
Took to UK's campus Monday night to speak their minds. Both in support of Kyla Spring.
I just want to give grace to that girl, especially as a freshman, going going through that. Me as a sophomore, I never went through something like that, so I just hope the best for her.
And against Sophia Rosing on the same night that the 22-year-old bonded out of jail. Students and activists alike voiced their displeasure not just with the incident, but also with how the university has handled it since.
They want to tell you, they want to hide it, they want to say, we care about you, we don't condone any of that. Why is she still a student? She should not be here.
The university says that its Office of Student Conduct is working through its disciplinary process, and spring is awaiting its resolution.
I am deeply saddened by the events that took place, but I am most grateful for justice that is to come.
Kyla's mother, Betsy, also stepped up and shared her thoughts, imploring the crowd to ensure that this is not just a moment, but the start of a movement.
Our entire family, we thank you for this support, but do not let it stop here.
Say her name!
Kyla Spring!
Fighting back tears, Kyla shared a message of
UK
unity
community.
with her black community at UK
I see
and a
you.
message of strength
I feel
with her
you.
accused attacker.
And to Miss Rosing, you will not break my spirit.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
The Cygnus spacecraft docked at the International Space Station this morning. Despite traveling with only one functioning solar panel, the spacecraft, which was carrying more than 8,000 pounds of science experiments and supplies, left Virginia Monday. And just hours after launching, NASA says one of its two solar arrays failed to deploy. The initiality tried to fix it, but decided it had sufficient power to finish its journey. The spacecraft will be at the space station until January.
If you happen to see a toad, keep your tongue in your mouth. That's the main message the National Park Service stressed in a Facebook post last month. While most people probably don't want to lick a toad, park officials decided to make this announcement perhaps as a precaution. They say Sonoran desert toads have glands that secrete a strong toxin that could lead to serious health threats, including death. Using the poison from the toads as a hallucinogenic drug is illegal in the U.S., according to a recent report from the New York Times. A mother in Maine is urgently sounding the alarm after her infant daughter ended up in the ICU fighting for her life. Felicia Mitchell said her baby swallowed a water bead, which grows in size when put in water, and that's exactly what it did when it entered the infant's body. And now, the mother's asking the manufacturer to give a better warning. James Corrigan has her desperate plea.
You know, I'm just scared every single second right now.
Felicia Mitchell is living every mother's worst nightmare as her 9-month-old daughter fights for her life in the pediatric ICU.
She went 2 days without eating anything. By the time we made it to Portland Hospital, she was not off the stretcher before she started vomiting bile.
The cause of the problem was one of these beads, about the size of a small pebble. Felicia's daughter swallowed one of the ultimate water beads made by Chuckle and Roar, a brand sold exclusively at Target. The beads vary in size and grow when placed in water, with the product's jumbo beads growing to up to a ½ inch, which is exactly what it did inside Felicia's daughter's body.
The bead blocked her small intestine, which made it swell so large it leaked into her body, and that caused sepsis and an infection. She's had 3 surgeries this week. Her lungs were struggling, and her heart was struggling, and her kidneys were struggling.
Both the box and the instructions for the beads contain warnings about a potential choking hazard, but neither warn of the consequences of what happens if they are ingested. Felicia reached out to WMTW to sound the alarm about the product so other mothers won't have to experience her pain.
Parents don't have the chance to make an informed choice before buying. If I had seen toxic if ingested can cause blockage, I never would have bought them and brought them into my house.
For now, all she can do is wait and pray for her daughter's life.
I just really hope people can think about my daughter in a positive way or pray for her so that she can make it through.
We reached out to both Chuckle and Roar and Target for comment and have yet to hear back.
The Oklahoma City Zoo is celebrating the birth of 4 new lion cubs. This past Monday, they asked for the public's help in naming them. 3 of the lion cubs are female and 1 is male. Zookeepers put the potential names for the cubs into 3 groups. One group has traditional African names like Nima and Zahara. Another would honor the lioness mother who has the Swahili name Dunia, which means earth. The third group pays tribute to the Sooner State, borrowing their names of Oklahoma cities like Ada and Shawnee. The public was able to vote on the OKC Zoo's website through Monday. Today, the winning names will be announced on the zoo's social media channels. A cute new addition to the Dallas Zoo, a hippopotamus calf was born on October 30th. The little one started swimming and nursing quickly after birth. The zoo says both baby and mom are doing well.
A rare late-season storm, the kind not seen in decades, is on the verge of hitting Florida, where many are still struggling to recover from Hurricane Ian. Right now, Tropical Storm Nicole is forecast to strengthen before making landfall along Florida's east coast late Wednesday into Thursday. Mike Valerio has the latest.
Florida is bracing for a destructive deja vu. Tropical Storm Nicole is expected to intensify into a Category 1 hurricane, a mere 6 weeks after deadly Hurricane Ian hit central Florida. Thousands who survived Ian are once again being urged to stock up on supplies and get ready to hunker down.
Today is the day to get ready. Make sure you have your preparedness kit, your disaster supplies ready, food and water. Make sure your gas tank is full. Make sure you have medicine and prescriptions, cash on hand.
Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency in 34 counties, all potentially in the path of Nicole. Emergency officials are warning of heavy winds and rain, rip currents, beach erosion, possible flooding, and storm surges.
Storm surge on top of a full moon, on top of high tides. Storm surge amount of 2 to 4 feet, and it could be 5 feet in certain locations.
Power companies are also preparing, removing or cutting tree limbs already damaged by Ian. Officials reportedly say the branches often are the biggest source of outages. Nicole is arriving in the final weeks of the hurricane season. If the system develops into a Category 1 storm, it could be the first November hurricane to hit the U.S. in 37 years. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Tomorrow night is the music department's annual Coco and Carols. The concert will take place in Baugh Auditorium at 7 p.m. There will be hot cocoa and apple cider available in McIntosh Conservatory during the intermission.
This weekend is a festive Oklahoma Christian tradition. The annual Holiday Hustle is a 5K and 10K around the Oklahoma Christian campus. It's open to everyone from elite athletes to first-time 5Kers. Race day registration will be from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m., and the race itself will begin at 9 a.m. To register online, visit the website on the screen.
If you have any stories you would like us to report on, please send an email to our producer with the address on the screen.
We're going to take a quick break.
And when we come back, Tyler Hale will have your Eagle Angle weather report.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Let's go. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and...
I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Good day, Oklahoma. I'm Tyler Hale here with your Eagle Angle Weather Report. So today's weather, as you can see, it is 77 degrees outside and feels like it as well on a partly cloudy day. Let's go ahead and take a look at the area around. So the majority of Oklahoma is going to be in the mid to high 70s, while Sallisaw is going to be in that breaching that 79-degree temperature, being in 80 degrees temperatures. But for the most part, your state's going to be in those mid to highs. And now for tonight's temperatures. Tonight's going to drop down a little bit to 68-degree temperatures with a mild 28-mile-per-hour wind and a 57% humidity. And our weekend, it's going to be pretty much the same. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be partly cloudy and sunny. And finally, here's your 5-day forecast. Thursday, you're going to have a mighty thunderstorm with a high of 71-degree temperatures and a low of 64, which is going to kick off those cooler week with a 44, 46, 52, and 49 high, with a low of 34, 25, 30, and 32. So you might want to be looking at those temperatures get lower. Keep an eye on those taps. And that's all for Eagle Angle Weather Reports. When we come back, we'll have Kanaisha Sanup in the Entertainment Corner to bring you the latest.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I'm Kanaisha Sanup, and welcome to the Entertainment Corner. And this year's Sexiest Man Alive is, drumroll please, actor Chris Evans. People magazine made the announcement on the late night show with Stephen Colbert Monday night. Colbert said the former Captain America is a, quote, incandescent supernova of hotness. Former Sexiest Man Alive Dwayne Johnson congratulated Evans on the coveted title. Johnson then joked around saying, quote, I'm the sexiest man alive in perpetuity, which means for life. In his acceptance speech, so to speak, Evans urged Americans to, quote, go vote. Evans took the sexiest man crown from fellow Marvel alum Paul Rudd. Actor Ryan Reynolds is trying to add another title to his name, hockey team owner. During an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Reynolds said he was trying to buy the Ottawa Senators of the National Hockey League. But he says, quote, it's very expensive, so I need a partner with really deep pockets. On Friday, the franchise said a process has been started to sell the club. Reynolds was born in Vancouver but spent time in Ottawa. He is currently co-owner of Wrexham AFC, a Welsh football club in England's 5th tier. Pitch Perfect star Rebel Wilson is a new mom. She announced the birth of her daughter, Royce Lillian, on Instagram. The photo of her daughter in a pink onesie has taken many by surprise. She thanked her surrogate, who she said carried and birthed the baby with grace and care. The actress went public in June that she was in a relationship with fashion designer Ramona Agruma. A much-loved leading man from the 90s and 2000s is returning to the big screen in what critics are lauding as his comeback role. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Do you ever get the feeling people are incapable of not caring?
Here's your first look at Darren Aronofsky's The Whale. Brendan Fraser is expected to receive an Oscar nomination for the drama, which opens in theaters next month.
I am ready to open that door to romance. But this is a preview to a whole different movie than what you think you're about to watch.
Fortune Feimster is back with a new special, Fortune Feimster, Good Fortune. The comedian's topics include tales about her family and her wedding in the midst of the pandemic.
Just trying to tell stories about my true experiences, hoping that people can find them relatable. And also, I think I'm trying to find the positive in those things. When sometimes you get it wrong or sometimes things don't go as expected, what is the thing that comes out of that you can take from it that is good?
Fortune Feimster, Good Fortune is now playing on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's all for today's Entertainment Corner. Here's Gabe Bearden, who has your Eagle Angle Sports Report.
Thanks, Kanisha. The Oklahoma Christians women's basketball team started this past homecoming Saturday off with a bang. The first half of the game started with a close lead of a 14-11 first quarter and a 25-33 second quarter that leaned in favor of the Lady Eagles. But the second half of the game, the Lady Eagles kicked it in a high gear as they led York 67-37. In the fourth quarter, the Lady Eagles continued their dominance, leading York with a 36-point lead. The final score was 89-53, giving the Lady Eagles a homecoming victory. The Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles' next game will be against Newman University on November 18th. After the women's game was an exciting game for the Oklahoma Christian's men's basketball team. The Oklahoma Christian Eagles battled it out with the Sterling College Warriors in a satisfying homecoming game. In the first half of the game, the Eagles led with a 44-21 lead, and they continued their lead over Sterling in the second half, leading to an 81-50 exhibition win over Sterling. This weekend, the Oklahoma men's basketball team will also be playing Metro State at Friday at 7:30 p.m. and Black Hills State on Saturday at 4 p.m. Both of those games will be here at home at the Payne Athletic Center. The Oklahoma Christians men's cross-country team had a successful homecoming as well. They were 6th overall at the Lone Star Conference Championships. Sophomore Owen Pierce finished and took 3rd place with an individual time of 25:05. Junior Colton Brown finished 18th with a time of 25:57, and Dylan Burr finished 45th with a time of 27:15. The men's cross country will be participating in the South Central Regional Championship on November 19th. Houston Astro fans lined the city streets to celebrate the team's World Series win Monday. The city hosted its Astros victory parade with a route that spanned up to 3 miles. Police said at least 1 million people were expected to attend the celebration. The Houston Astros won their franchise's 2nd World Series title Saturday after they beat the Philadelphia Phillies 4-1 in Game 6 of the World Series. And that is all for your Eagle Angle Sports Report. When we come back after the break, Hannah will be back for a feel-good story of the week.
Nobody likes an awkward silence, but you can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
What are you looking for?
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
An Iowa woman celebrated her 115th birthday Monday, making her now the oldest person in the United States. Bessie Hendricks has lived through 21 presidents, 2 world wars, a depression, the sinking of the Titanic, and 2 Chicago Cubs World Series championships. Andrew Mullenbeck has more.
A 115th birthday, it's best not to have all the candles on the cake, but no extra frills are needed when celebrating such a special moment with all her surviving kids at her side.
How old are you, Mom?
The eldest of those is Joan Schaefer, who just celebrated her 90th birthday a day earlier.
I don't know how you can put it into words. It's marvelous that we still have her.
They all have the same description of their mom, hardworking, and a lot was asked of Bessie from an early age.
Her mother died when she was about 13. I think Mom was about 13 years old, and she raised her siblings after that. And then when she taught school, she lived right across the road from where she taught school, so she had no reason not to go to make it to school.
Happy birthday.
The Shady Oaks Care Center hosted the rare birthday party with employees helping celebrate. And it's understandable to be a little tired at 115, but her children sang her favorite song.
You make me happy when the skies are gray. She loves to sing. Like I say, we used to wheel her around here in Shady Oaks, and every room we'd stop at, she'd still sing, "You Are My Sunshine." And I think the residents look forward to it every day, too.
This time, Bessie got to be the audience to her favorite song, a special moment in a special life.
She's always caring about her family. She always did that. Family came first, Mom. Always.
That's all for today. We'll see you back here next spring, bringing you the latest.
Thank you for tuning in to Eagle Angle, where it's your campus,
Your news.
Good night.